right, for this step I have to sit down. Usually what I do is I kind of draw everything out, make sure I have the right composition. I like it. I'll be adding branches later on. But for now, I'm going to start with an ordinary pencil. I'm going to start with a 2B. And I'm going to start creating some of these trees. And I'm going to say to myself that the light is on this side. Here's the sun, to give you an idea. So the sun's right there, if you could see it. And it's shining this way. So that means that this side of these trees are going to be lighter than this side. But it's okay, I'm going to start playing with these trees. So in order for me not to get my hands dirty, and it depends on what kind of paper you're using. Some paper's got texture, some paper doesn't. I'm just using the side of my pencil. Always remember to use your wrist. And now I could play, so I want that tree to look like it's round, right? So because the light's coming this way and it's behind this tree, the inside of this tree is going to be much darker. So I'm just going to start creating bark, and I'm just using texture of the paper. If I use it like this, this side of this tree is going to be darker. I'm doing an up and down motion, or if you want, you can do a circular motion, which is something like this. Well, why I did the up and down was because that's how I see the barks. Now, I said it was going to be birch trees, but it can be any tree. So now it's turning out to be something else. Now, if you want to get to darken it up a little bit more, you pick up a color like a pencil, which is 4B, meaning it's like you don't have to press so hard. You see that? And you already get the darkness that you want onto your tree. You can even start adding some branches. And the branches can come from inside the tree, like right around here. And now if you want to add more darkness, you can go down to a 6B, and I don't even have to press hard, and look how dark it does it right away. So now you can start, giving it some texture. Now I'm going to talk about these guys. Just going to clean it. I always clean it with my tissue. You can use this to create nuances from dark to light. However, the only problem with this, as you see, is I can't go over it again with my pencil because it's kind of smooth out all my paper. So sometimes I don't really use it. I can use it also to create more nuances, but it's very hard to come back. I'll show you. Very hard to come back to put your pencil marks on top. It doesn't flow as nice. So I'll go back. That was my number 2, by the way. So what I can do is I can do these little ones in the back. Now, I'm using just my number 2. I just want to create a whole bunch of little trees in the back. To tell you the truth, you're supposed to work in an area and move over. Sometimes, depending on your mood, you can work anywhere you want. Sometimes you get frustrated in an area, that's why you move over. You can add some branches in there. And they're far away, so you really don't see them. The most important trees are the ones that are here in the front. Sounds good? Now if the sun's shining this way, this path here is very dark. So I can go right away into a very dark color, which is the 8B, so I don't have to press so hard. And automatically, you see how dark it is? It'll do my little path here. I'm just doing circle motions. So why don't you go ahead and start? I could do your birch tree. Let me just finish this one off here. We'll do shadows afterwards. See that? Starting to look like a tree. You can make a little darker here, right under here. This side. You can add some darkness in these trees. And of course it's very dark under here, but we're not doing the shadows yet, but this would be where the shadows would be. We'll talk about it later. So let me do you a birch tree, okay? I'm just gonna move it over. Just wanna make sure you guys could see. Yeah, perfect. So a birch tree, to make it round, I'm gonna go back to my number 2 as soon as I find it. I always use my number 2. And the birch tree kind of has this kind of motion in it. Can you see that? So I'm kind of working sitting down. Usually I turn my paper around, but I'm just creating a little bit of what the birch tree will look like on the side of my pencil. I do that also with watercolors and oils. That's pretty much the way I create my birch trees. So, you know, like if I wanted a very light pencil mark and I don't want it so dark, like this number 2, you can go into a 4H, let's say. A 4H is harder. H is for hard. So it's very light. It's so hard that if I press hard on my paper, I'm going to make marks. But it'll give me the illusion of being a light color. You know, like a lightish pencil mark on my trees. And I could start adding some dark, and I always move up slowly, you know, like I just did. I did 2B, 4H, now I'm going to go to 4B. I don't move up quick to the dark right away, because I want to see if, like, you see what I'm doing? I'm making like nuances of different tones in here. All the way up. Now I'm going to go back to my 2B, and I'm going to put in a branch, and I'm going to put it in on this side. And it's coming out from here. I'm going to bring it out like this. So this branch comes in here like this. That's how big it is. And I'll go back to my 4B. So right where the branch grows, if I have birch trees on all my properties for almost a long time, it's a lot darker, okay? And also these branches are similar to the tree, so they've got the same movement, you know, like this. I'm still got number 4B in my hands. Many times what I do is I test here after I leave my project to see if I need to, how much pressure I'm putting. It's always good to test your pencils. And of course the thinner branches are very dark. You can also create some branches if you twirl it in your hands. It'll give you more natural branches than if you just put them in like that. If you come in and you kind of twiggle, you'll get all kinds of more natural looking branches. Sounds good? So I'm going to continue and create this tree. And I'm hoping you guys do the same. After we created all the trees, we'll work on the foreground. So I'll see you later.